Hello and welcome back to WION World is One. I'm Kanishka Sarkar and this is Speed News. Let's get started with all the stories that are making headlines at this hour. The United States has launched a new wave of strikes against Iran, targeting military capabilities that Washington says threaten shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. U.S. Central Command said the strikes were aimed at reducing Iran's capability to disrupt vessels moving through the strategic waterway. The U.S. military also released video of the operation, saying the strikes were carried out on President Donald Trump's orders. Iranian state media reported explosions in several cities, including Bandar Abbas, Rask, and Shabar. Fresh strikes were also reported in Bushehr, home to Iran's only civilian nuclear power plant. The U.S. military has released footage showing what it says is targeting and disabling of a Curaçao-flagged oil tanker accused of attempting to breach Iran's port blockade. U.S. Central Command said an aircraft disabled the MT Belma by firing Hellfire missiles at the vessel's smokestack, preventing it from continuing its route toward Iran. The operation marks the first forced vessel halt since the blockade was reinstated, with two other ships reportedly redirected during the mission. Suspected Iranian projectiles were intercepted over Jordan's capital Amman early Thursday, lighting up the night sky as air defenses responded. Jordan's armed forces said they had downed 3 Iranian missiles. The incident came after the United States launched a new wave of strikes against Iran. The escalation follows rising tensions over the Strait of Hormuz, with Iran's Revolutionary Guard Corps saying they targeted the U.S. Fifth Fleet in Bahrain. Iran's military says it has launched drone attacks on U.S. bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. It claimed to have targeted radar systems, a Patriot air defense battery at Kuwait's Ali Al Salem Air Base, and facilities at Bahrain's Sheikh Isa Air Base. Tehran says the strikes were carried out in retaliation for recent U.S. attacks. The U.S. House of Representatives has rejected a proposal to cut off aid to Israel, voting 314 to 104 against the measure. The bill received support from 103 Democrats and 1 Republican, highlighting growing divisions in Congress over continued U.S. assistance to Israel amid the ongoing Gaza conflict. The failed vote marks a significant shift in the long-standing bipartisan approach to U.S. support for a key ally, as tensions continue to rise across West Asia, including the wars in Gaza and Iran. The U.S. State Department has approved a nearly $2 billion arms sale to Saudi Arabia. Washington says the deal will strengthen the defense capabilities of the major non-NATO ally and support U.S. national security objectives amid rising tensions in West Asia. The approval comes as regional security concerns continue to grow, with the United States seeking to reinforce partnerships and military cooperation in the region. Russian strikes across Ukraine have killed at least 13 people and wounded more than 50 people. The attacks targeted several areas, including Kyiv, Odessa, Sumy, Zaporizhia, and Mykolaiv, damaging civilian infrastructure and key facilities. In the capital, Kyiv, explosions were reported after a ballistic missile alert, with officials saying a warehouse was hit and debris damaged nearby non-residential buildings. Ukraine's defense minister, Mikhailo Fedorov, announced his resignation as part of President Volodymyr Zelensky's war cabinet reshuffle. He has resigned days after the resignation of the Prime Minister of Ukraine, Yulia Svyrydenko. Zelensky has called these steps necessary to prepare for the upcoming winters. He's stepping down after overseeing a rapid expansion of drone warfare capabilities and military reforms during Russia's full-scale invasion. Fedorov has been particularly hailed for the development of drone production and use since the war with Russia started in 2022, as well as for starting sweeping army reforms. Peru's Keiko Fujimori has officially received her presidential credentials during a formal ceremony in Lima, marking a key step in her political return. Surrounded by members of her party leadership, Fujimori called for national reconciliation and urged efforts to heal divisions within Peruvian society. French lawmakers have voted to approve a landmark bill that would establish a right to assisted dying for some adults suffering from incurable conditions. The country's lower house backed the legislation with 291 votes in favor and 241 against. The bill will now face review by France's highest constitutional authority, and if approved, France will join countries including the Netherlands, Belgium, Switzerland, and Canada in legalizing assisted dying. Indian origin NASA astronaut Anil Menon and 2 Russian cosmonauts have arrived at the International Space Station aboard the Soyuz MS-29 spacecraft, where they were welcomed with hugs and handshakes by the crew. The spacecraft reached orbit after an initial 8-minute ascent followed by a nearly 3-hour journey before docking at the ISS Pritchell module. Menon and the cosmonauts will begin an 8-month mission aboard the space station, carrying out experiments focused on the effects of long-duration spaceflight on the human body, including changes in blood flow, vein structure, and blood composition in microgravity. The United States has stated that American citizens who have traveled to the Democratic Republic of Congo could be prevented from boarding return flights in an effort to prevent Ebola spread in the country. The U.S. Health Agency said it would conduct screenings that could result in passengers being restricted from boarding commercial flights to the United States. The restriction will stay in place until the individuals have spent 21 days outside of the Central African country, which is currently experiencing a deadly outbreak of the virus. Volunteers in Gaza are working to preserve ancient artifacts damaged by the ongoing conflict. Inside large tents, teams wearing surgical gloves carefully brush dust from historic stone mosaics before placing them into storage for preservation. The effort aims to safeguard Gaza's cultural heritage, with the United Nations reporting that more than 160 historic and cultural sites have been damaged during the war between Israel and Hamas. Many of the artifacts date back thousands of years, while more recent cultural treasures also remain at risk of being buried or destroyed by shelling and airstrikes. Former Haitian President Michel Martelly has returned to Haiti in a rare visit to his homeland. Martelly has not disclosed the reason for his trip, but local reports suggest he may testify in the ongoing investigation into the 2021 assassination of former President Jovenel Moïse. The former leader, who served as president from 2011 to 2016, was welcomed by supporters in Port-au-Prince. Though he did not respond to questions from reporters, Martelly has faced corruption and drug trafficking allegations from foreign authorities, which he has not publicly addressed. His return comes as Haiti continues to battle worsening poverty and a surge in gang violence. On to climate updates now. Heavy rains caused flooding in the southern Russian resort city of Sochi, disrupting traffic and damaging vehicles. Torrential downpours and thunderstorms caused the Bezugu River to overflow, flooding residential areas across the city. A mudslide swept down a hillside, blocking a major street, while residents shared videos showing roads covered in mud and debris. In Canada, wildfires are disrupting railway operations near Armstrong in Ontario as flames spread across parts of the region. Footage shared online showed a Canadian train crew surrounded by thick smog and fire. Authorities said 3 trains carrying combustible and flammable materials were stopped near Armstrong as a precaution. More than 100 wildfires are currently burning across Canada, with winds pushing smoke southeast and affecting air quality in several areas. Smoke from the wildfires also blanketed Toronto, creating hazy skies and significantly reducing air quality across the city. Heavy downpours continue to batter South Texas, raising the risk of dangerous flash flooding. The storm spawned a tornado in San Antonio and caused widespread flooding, washing out roads and prompting dozens of high-water rescues near the Mexico border. Flash flood warnings remain in place, with some Uvalde residents ordered to evacuate. Officials are also monitoring vulnerable areas in Kerr County, where deadly floods struck last year. No deaths or injuries have been reported, but forecasters warn that rainfall totals could reach up to 20 inches before the storms move away. A thick layer of algae is covering parts of Italy's Po River as it flows through Turin, where high temperatures driving rapid growth. City authorities are working to clear the buildup using excavators to remove the plant from the water and load it onto barges for disposal. The algae has disrupted activities on the river, with locals warning that changing climate conditions are playing a role in the growing problem. Wildfires have swept across several regions of Algeria, including Bejaia province, where it has destroyed farmland and killed livestock. Civil protection teams, supported by firefighting aircraft, are battling the flames and using water drops to contain the spreading blazes. Authorities say more than 100 fires have erupted in recent days across forests, farmland, and palm groves, with extreme heat and drought conditions fueling the outbreaks. On to updates from the world of tech now. Amazon's low Earth orbit satellite internet venture, Amazon Leo, has signed a partnership with South Africa's internet provider, Herotel, to launch a new satellite broadband service. The new service, called Every, is aimed at connecting rural and underserved communities, with a commercial launch planned for 2027. This service will help bring reliable internet to farms, small towns, and remote areas where fiber and traditional networks are difficult to deploy. The deal comes as satellite internet companies, including SpaceX Starlink, expand their presence across Africa. The U.S. National Transportation Safety Board says a Tesla driver overruled the company's full self-driving system by pressing the accelerator to 100% before a fatal crash in Texas. Investigators said the car was traveling at more than 70 miles per hour in a 30 miles per hour residential zone when it left the road and crashed into a house, killing a 76-year-old woman. The NTSB said the driver was using Tesla's full self-driving system, but the driver's accelerator input overruled the software. The driver has been charged with manslaughter while the victim's family has filed a lawsuit against both the driver and Tesla. Apple has published new advertising rules for its upcoming Apple Maps ads, signaling that the service is moving closer to launch in the US and Canada. The company said it will not allow ads from home service businesses such as plumbers, electricians, locksmiths, and pest control providers, taking a more curated approach than Google. Apple said only one ad will appear in Maps search results, with sponsored locations clearly labeled. The company also said ad interaction data will remain on users' device and will not be collected by Apple or shared with third parties. Microsoft has released 570 security patches across Windows, Office, and other products, marking its largest ever Patch Tuesday update. The company said the sharp rise in security fixes is partly due to its use of AI to identify software vulnerabilities that had previously gone undetected. The update includes 2 zero-day vulnerabilities, including one affecting Windows Server and another targeting SharePoint, which US cybersecurity officials say has been actively exploited by hackers. Microsoft said AI is helping its security teams find more software flaws, leading to a higher number of security updates for customers. Spotify has expanded its parent-managed accounts for children to its free tier. Starting in the US, UK, Australia, France, Germany, and the Netherlands, the feature allows parents to control what their children can listen to, including blocking explicit content, restricting specific artists or songs, and disabling video playback. Children will also get their own playlists, favorites, and personalized music recommendations without affecting their parents' Spotify recommendations or Wrapped results. On to updates from the world of business. Asian markets came under heavy pressure on Thursday as investors worried about stretched technology valuations and rising geopolitical risks in West Asia. Japan's Nikkei is down more than 2%, while South Korea's Kospi plunged over 6%. China, Hong Kong, and Australian stocks also declined. Oil prices moved higher as traders monitored global supply risk, with Brent crude trading around $85 a barrel. The OECD says global minimum tax rules have boosted government revenues without triggering significant job losses. The organization's latest assessment finds multinational companies have adjusted to the new framework, while fears of major damage to investment and employment have so far not been realized. The OECD says the findings suggest the tax changes are raising funds while limiting disruption to businesses and workers worldwide. US Federal Reserve says consumers are pulling back on non-essential spending as higher fuel costs squeeze household budgets. The Fed's latest beige book shows economic activity continues to expand, but businesses are facing growing uncertainty from energy prices, inflation, and rising costs that are tied to global conflicts. Several districts reported weaker discretionary spending, while companies warn that higher expenses are putting pressure on profit margins. The report comes ahead of the Fed's next policy meeting as officials continue to monitor inflation and interest rate decisions. The conflict involving Iran is fueling new investment in U.S. liquefied natural gas projects, according to S&P Global. Analysts say rising concerns over energy security, possible supply disruptions, and volatile global markets are pushing companies to expand LNG capacity. This shift could strengthen America's role as a major energy supplier while helping buyers secure long-term fuel supplies amid growing geopolitical risks. On to updates from the world of sports now. Defending champions Argentina staged yet another incredible comeback by beating England 2-1 in the second semi-final of the FIFA World Cup 2026. After a feisty and a fiery first half, England broke the stalemate in the second half, following a goal from Anthony Gordon in the 55th minute. The three-time world champions were trailing behind and were desperate to score an equalizer. However, in the 85th minute, Argentina's Enzo Fernandez scored a powerful shot following an assist from Lionel Messi. This was followed by another goal from Argentina's Lautaro Martinez that sparked wild celebrations in the stadium and back home in Buenos Aires. Argentina will next play in Spain in the final in New Jersey on Sunday. The International Cricket Council has announced several new changes to its marquee events, with the 2027 ODI World Cup undergoing a major format change. The 2027 ODI World Cup is taking place in South Africa and Namibia. The tournament will be a 14-team affair and will feature a Super 7 stage for the first time. It will feature a single round-robin league of 21 matches with all 7 teams playing each other once. The top 4 sides will then qualify for the semi-finals. India will look to clinch the ODI series against England as the second ODI takes place in Cardiff later today. India won the series opener on Tuesday, but the squad still has reasons to worry. Captain Shubman Gill retired hurt during the win, and his fitness is a concern. The pressure will also be on Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli after the duo failed to get big scores in the first ODI. Remember, the focus is now on the 2027 ODI World Cup, with the team eager to try different combinations. On to updates from the world of entertainment now. Christopher Nolan's highly anticipated mythological sci-fi epic, The Odyssey, is tracking for a massive global box office debut. Trade analysts suggest the film is on track to witness $200 million to $220 million opening worldwide. Notably, The Odyssey marks a major technical milestone as the first ever feature film shot entirely using IMAX cameras. Matrix has officially released the first look of Batman Part 2. The movie has been delayed from its original October 2027 slot to February 18, 2028. Alongside the announcement, Reeves shared a brief camera test while returning Robert Pattinson back in the iconic Batsuit alongside the official logo for the highly anticipated sequel. National Award-winning Indian actor Rani Mukherjee will be conferred with an honorary Doctor of Letters by Australia's La Trobe University during the 2026 Indian Film Festival of Melbourne. The honour will be presented on August 14, 2026 at a special ceremony held at Federation Square in Melbourne. The accolade acknowledges Mukherjee's massive 3-decade contribution to Indian cinema. The festival itself will run from August 13 to August 23 this year.